Good morning, everyone. So, for today's discussion in business finance, it's all about ways to minimize or reduce investment risk. But first, let me give you an insight about this topic. So, when we say minimizing or reducing investment risk, this includes strategies to lessen the potential loss when you are investing in different industries. Also, to reduce high risk, kailangan natin mag-invest sa different asset, including stocks, bonds, and commodities. So, here's what we need to know at the end of the module. This module was designed to provide you with fun and meaningful opportunities for guided and independent learning at our own pace and time. You will be enabled to process the contents of learning resources while being an active learner. The module is intended for you to measure and list ways to minimize or reduce investment risk in simple case problem.
Ways and means to minimize investment risks. Investments are typically categorized according to the corresponding risks and returns. As a rule, the higher the return, the higher will be the risk. But that the rule is not necessarily true in reverse order. The higher risk would translate into higher potential reward. Sometimes greater risk is just greater risk within a little potential return. Risk isn't bad a thing, but there is a need to understand what kind of risks the investment can take and how to reduce unacceptable level of risk. 1. Determination of tolerance to different kind of risks. Every investment involves some level of risks. Understanding the type of risk or the combination of type of risk is essential to reducing those risks. Two factors that can help determine the risk tolerance. A. Net worth is assessed minus capital. B. Risk capital is money that, if lost on an investment, won't impact the financial position and lifestyle. If there is a high net worth and substantial risk capital, the risk tolerance is higher. But if the net worth is modest or nothing, and the risk capital is not much, it's probable to be better off with conservative low-risk investment. 2. Conducting due diligence. This means making research about the investment instrument before finalizing the investment plan, checking out the investment's histories, earning growths, management teams, and debt loads will provide more information about the investment portfolio. This information can be compared with other similar investment products as well as the other assets in the investment portfolio. The data about the stock price to earnings ratio or the P/E ratio will measure the relationship between a company's stock price and its annual after-tax earnings. A company with a significantly higher P/E ratio than other comparable companies in the same industry typically involves a higher risk. Investment risk can be minimized by weeding out stocks with the P/E ratios, unstable management, and inconsistent earning and sales growth. Kumbaga dito, conducting due diligence, dito natin parang i i-analyze bago natin i-finalize lahat ng nasa investment plan. Kumbaga dito natin titignan yung mga investment histories, earning growth, and management team debt loads na nakakapag-provide ng mga information about dun sa inyong portfolio. 3. Diversification of investment portfolio. Diversification of investment portfolio is the risk management strategy of combining a variety of assets to reduce the overall risk of an investment portfolio. One of its purpose is portfolio risk management. Diversification of investment portfolio also lowers its volatility as the movements or changes are not expected to happen at the same time in all assets categories, industries, or stocks. The decrease in the instability of the portfolio considers that the different assets market price can rise and fall at different time intervals. This results to a well-balanced risk, and return or risk is spread over a variety of products. Kumbaga dito naman sa diversification of investment portfolio, dito natin ilalagay yung mga nakikita nating pagbabago or paggalaw na hindi din natin na-expect at the same time sa ating business. So, for example, investment money can be made as follows: A. 25% into ABC stocks, B. 25% into time certificate of deposit, C. 25% into treasury bonds, and last, D. 25% into real estate. Profit is realized when there will be an increase in the market price of stock of ABC company, but this profit potential is reduced by the fact that only a portion of the money is invested in the said stock. However, if ABC company fails, the loss is also limited because 75% of the money is investment in other products. So, pinapakita dito sa example na to is kapag ang ABC company ay parang nagkaroon sila ng pagkakamali, parang mabilis itong magda-downhill kasi 75% daw ng money ay ininvest sa ibang products. 4. Monitoring of investment. Regular relocation of resources is necessary for control purposes. Proper allocate of investments depends on such factors as age, investment period, and investment temperament. For example, it is necessary to evaluate holdings at least once a year for an investment portfolio consisting of 40% in intermediate term bonds, 25% in large capital stocks, 10% in short-term bonds, 10% in medium capital stocks, 10% in capital stocks, and 5% in international stocks. This is to assess whether there is a need to buy or sell assets to bring the portfolio back to the proper asset allocation.
So let's proceed to number 5, taking advantage of government guaranteed investment products. It says that it is very safe to invest in an instrument which is guaranteed by the government like treasury bonds. These securities are fully backed by the Philippines government aside from insurance from the Philippine Deposit Insurance Corporation. Ang sabi rito ay mas magandang mag-invest sa kumpanya ng Pilipinas na kung saan ay sinusuportahan o pinamamahalaan ng pamayanan ng Pilipinas sapagkat kahit na mataas ang investment risk ay sigurado naman ang safety ng pera na ininvest natin sa isang kumpanya. Dagdag pa dito na kapag tumagal yung ininvest mo na pera ay mas tataas yung interest na makukuha mo. Let's proceed to categories of investment risk and its example. So there are two types. So the first one is systematic risk and the other one is unsystematic risk. Systematic risk. Systematic risk is associated with the market. This risk affects the overall market of the security. It is unpredictable and undiversifiable. However, the risk can be mitigated through hedging. Ang systematic risk ay may kakayahan na maapektuhan ang mga assets sa financial market, kagaya ng bonds, stocks, and currency markets. In order to avoid systematic risk, we have to go through hedging or yung sinasabing paggawa ng strategies ng mga investor upang maiwasan yung mga potential losses sa isang company. Unsystematic risk. The second category of risk is associated with a company or sector. It is also known as diversifiable risk and can be mitigated through asset diversification. Ang unsystematic risk naman ay tumutukoy sa specific na stock sa loob ng kumpanya na pwedeng maapektuhan. For example, oil industry. So, in case na magkaroon ng problema sa oil, ay ang tanging maapektuhan lamang ito ay ang oil industry din. So the difference between the two categories of investment risk, the systematic and the unsystematic, is the systematic ay naapektuhan nito ang lahat ng investment sa isang kumpanya, while the unsystematic ay being specific. Kung ano lamang ang tinutukoy na stock, yun lamang ang tanging maapektuhan nito. This will be the end of our report. Thank you for listening and God bless.